Stop. Breathe. Now look at yourself and be honest. Are you living, or just pretending to live? Most people spend their entire lives like this. They wake up, repeat the same routine, go to sleep, and convince themselves that this is enough. But deep down, you know it isn't. You keep lying to yourself, holding on to small, comfortable lies. You believe life will somehow fix itself, that someone will come and save you. But the truth is harsh, no one is coming. And the longer you wait, the deeper the emptiness grows, the heavier the silence inside you becomes. This is where most people give up. This is where 99% become spectators of their own lives, telling themselves they are moving forward or in the process. But they are not. They are standing still, trapped between what they know and what they are brave enough to do. If you keep watching, you will feel the discomfort most people avoid. You will realize that nothing external can fill the void, and that every second you delay your decisions is gone forever. And you will understand something no one tells you: the truth only hurts when you stop lying to yourself. So stay. Keep watching. Because when this video ends, you will have two choices: keep pretending, or finally face yourself. God does not exist for you. And deep down, you already know this. You just never had the courage to follow that thought all the way to the end. You hide behind beautiful words, rituals, rehearsed phrases, and silences filled with false meaning. You call this faith because faith sounds noble, elevated, safe. But what you call faith is nothing more than a psychological survival mechanism. A structure built to protect you from facing the raw emptiness of your own existence without anesthesia. God does not exist for you. And deep down, you already know this. You just never had the courage to follow that thought all the way to the end. You hide behind beautiful words, rituals, rehearsed phrases, and silences filled with false meaning. You call this faith because faith sounds noble, elevated, safe. But what you call faith is nothing more than a psychological survival mechanism. A structure built to protect you from facing the raw emptiness of your own existence without anesthesia. You need God to exist for you because you can't handle the idea of being disposable. Of being just another conscious body that thinks, suffers, ages, and disappears. You can't stand the thought that your life is not an epic narrative, but a temporary biological event. So you create a supreme observer, a judge, a father, someone who sees you when no one else does. This is not spirituality. It is existential panic disguised as devotion. If God truly existed for you, you wouldn't ask for signs. You wouldn't interpret coincidences or force meaning onto random events. You repeat that everything happens for a reason because that sentence protects you from facing the most terrifying possibility of all, that things simply happen. Silence frightens you because in silence there is no answer, no voice, no comforting presence. In silence, there is only you. And you don't like what you find there. You fill the emptiness with God the same way others fill it with addiction, excessive work, or constant validation. The difference is that your escape is praised. You are not seen as someone running away, but as someone evolved. And that praise keeps you from questioning the escape itself. Feeling is not truth. Thought is not revelation. A psychological pattern is not transcendence. The idea of God that you defend depends entirely on your identity. It requires that you exist as someone separate, needy, incomplete, searching. A God who needs to be found is just a reflection of your constant feeling of being lost. True spirituality does not strengthen the self. It destroys it. Psychologically. Without poetry. When the self begins to crumble, you call it a spiritual crisis. But it's not a crisis. It's lucidity. It's the mind realizing that all the structures it used to protect itself were inventions. This hurts because it reveals the most unbearable fact of all: no one is in control. There is no secret plan. There is no invisible script. There is only what happens. When the desire for explanation dies, a God does not appear. Light does not appear. Answers do not appear. Something much harder to accept arises. Nothing personal is happening. There is no voice. There is no entity. There is no name. Only presence without meaning. For most people, this is not liberation, it is terror. That's why they come back. Because facing this requires something rare, the willingness to disappear psychologically. God does not exist for you. Because as long as there is you, God will only be a necessary invention.